Hello YouTube! Today we got a blockbuster video, Dell Inspiron 15 5000 series 5100. There's a whole bunch of Dell Inspiron 15s out there, so if this is not exactly like yours, you can look on our channel. We got more than 1000 different laptops, make and models that we take apart, and a whole bunch of different Dell Inspiron 15s. Depends which year it was made, which generation it is, but this is, it says 5100 on the bottom. Problem is the power connector right there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take it apart and show you how to replace that connector. So here, let me show you. We try to put the plug in, and you see what happens. It's kind of basically it's pushed in there someplace. All right, it's nowhere to be found. So if you wanna see something else here, you see how screwdriver goes in there all the way pretty much. So that's, if you have this problem, thanks to Dell, I am in business. So thank you, Dell, for making wonderful laptops. And we offer a mail-in service and we offer a walk-in service. So if you want to stop by, we can fix it up. That's how we remove the battery. There is one screw right here that's silverish in color. And by the way, we have flat rate fees. They all published on the website. Depends on the inflation rate. We adjust it from the website. Alright, so this screw is really tiny little screw that holds the CD-ROM in place. This is a long screw, that's a long screw, but it wasn't here for some reason. Alright, so some screws are missing, as it turns out, but here's one thing you want to do. Don't want to grab right here, because you're gonna break that piece right there. It's just gonna fall off, so you don't want to grab them here. What you want to do is you wanna, what you want to do is you want to put something nice and sharp and thick right here, like that. All right. So once you put something right there and you press that metal part outward, that's gonna take care of your CD-ROM going outside. Here we got 3 screws right here. 1, 2, and 3. All right. So you know that I know how to count. All right. Set this guy aside. Oh, one more screw right there. Wrong one. Right now, what I need to replace the bit on that one, because that's a torque screw. Alrighty, flip this guy over, open it up. You will see that there are little indents right here, you see, and right there, and right there, and right there, and right there. So what you want to do is try to move it like that, like that. So like that and like that, like that, like that, like that, that. And now what you want to do is you want to flip the keyboard forward towards yourself, like that. And here we got the cable that you want to disconnect right here, and pull out the cable like that. You want to disconnect this guy like that, and you want to disconnect the cable like that. Again, if the whole thing is going to be overwhelming for you, you can just ship it to us. We're going to fix it up, or stop by. All right. So here is what we have left is one screw right here, right there, right there, and right here. Let's see if we got any screws under here. Nope, how about under here? Shouldn't have. So those are all the screws that we got here. Alright, so we set this aside right there. And now we will try to separate the top and the bottom portions of the casing. And you should understand that there are levers right here. Come to me here. So there is a lever right here, and you want to put some glasses on because otherwise you might lose an ISO or two. So you want to do something like that, and like that, and like that. All right. So once you've done most of those guys, pushed all of those guys outwards, that way it's going to be much easier to lift up this whole situation. All right, so this wire has to be guided through into that hole and to the outside. So you would want to do this thing like that and like that. All right, simple. So now you see the problem right away. So right here, you see this is the arm, that's part of the jack, which broke off from the jack right here. So you wanna unscrew this. All right, and you wanna set it aside. Now, I encourage you to watch this video all the way because I will show you how to fixate it in place so that it will never, ever, 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 ever break again. So here, let's set this guy right there, and we wanna do is unscrew the hinge and lift up the hinge like that. Now, and you can see that all of the wires follow the jack, and now you would say, how would I solder all of them if I don't know which one goes where? But it's no big deal, don't worry about it. So here's what we need to do is we need to disconnect this wire and set it kind of aside like that so that it wouldn't be in the way. Here we got hard drive wire, and we got the wireless connection right here. What you want to do is you want to disconnect the wireless connection right there, wireless connection right here, and you want to set them separately so that you will know which one goes where. This thing needs to be coming up right there, and you do need to disconnect the hard drive. So two screws, one right here, one right there. All right, lift up the hard drive, set the hard drive aside. Now the reason I did that because this wire right here needs to come up from right here. All right, and here we got a screw right there. All right. And that's all we got, right? So here, now you want to flip this guy outwards. All right. And here, all of this hot glue, you wanna. Ew. Seems like there was a water damage of some sort. Right, so let me show you what's going on here. Alright, so like that, alright. And set this guy outwards. Now I think we sell those jacks on the website, so we got the jack and the cable in stock. Or we can just solder a jack to this laptop. Let me first see if I got something exactly the same as this one. Alright, so we do sell those cables for this model on our website. We basically got the repair website separate and the parts website also separate. So here you want to compare that on the output. You see our wires are even thicker than the original wire, so they shouldn't break off as easily. Now the only thing is, do I plug it in like that? Yeah, okay. That's the right way to plug it in. Now, if you wanna solder a new jack, again, we got a bunch of videos where I soldered the new jack, but since I got the cable and the jack in stock, I don't wanna waste my time, because soldering takes time, obviously. So here, let me see where I can get some tape. Here's the tape. Alright, so let's put some tape right there, like that. Alright. And let's rotate everything back. And this wire is a little bit thick, so I hope that thickness is not going to prohibit it from being as flexible as possible for my needs. Alright, so let's put this guy back like that. The wires go out like that. This thing's supposed to go in here like that. This thing, see? That metal knob supposed to penetrate the whole board. So, and here you have to guide the wire into this little latch, otherwise it's going to be catching up onto the top cover when you try to put it all back together. All right. All right, so we got two screws. One goes in right there. Another one goes right here. All right, and I want to make sure that the wiring here is gonna be just fine. Gonna be just fine. Too much wire. I don't want to bend it too much, but here, can I hide it under the You see, it's kind of a double layer here. I don't want it to be crisscrossing anywhere. So let's take this guy out like that. Let's take this guy out. Alright. And let's... Alright, so I got more space probably here. Not there, I know what here, hold on. How about I'm gonna put this wire towards the front like that, and this wire I'll put towards the back, like No, it doesn't make sense here. I am afraid that the top gonna be pinching one of the wires. You see how this wire is on top of that wire, and I don't want it to be like that, because when we're gonna put the top cover on, it's gonna have some garbage here, probably. Here, let's see. Yeah, it's gonna have a latch for the battery right there, and it's gonna be pinching on this wire. So So I don't want it to be like that. Let's see what else we got. Pinches. Yeah, it's everywhere. The pinch is everywhere. Alright, I think I found where it's not pinching, and it's gonna have a lot more room. So if we do it like that, but if we do it like that, the wire needs to be there under the whole thing here. Hold on. Like that. Like that. Oh, you know what? I can even guide it without getting pinched. So here. So we're gonna do it like that. We're gonna move this wire right here. That's not. Okay, like that. Close that. Okay, what I need to make sure is that the hollow lines are right here. And you see how the rear of the jack is being pinched right there with the wiring. Anyways, that's not gonna work, alright? This is not what I'm getting paid to do. So let's take this whole thing apart again. Where is the old wiring? I hope I didn't throw it away. The old wire, the reason the old wire is so thin because it lays down a lot better here. So let's unscrew that, unscrew this, and unplug this guy right here. Alright, flip this guy over again. Alright. Yeah, so even though my wiring is even much better, it's because the cables are too thick, there is not much room for the proper operation. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna strip this wiring right here from the old jack. Alright, so where is the new jack, baby? Yeah, the new jack is right there. Alright. So once I got the wiring exposed, you can see that there is a whole bunch of blackness on top of the wiring, meaning nothing good. So here. So what I need to do is I need to get rid of this insulation a little bit more than needed. Alright. Okay. And what I want to do next is I want to cut the burned out components. And you got two red wires, two black wires, and a brown wire. The brown wire is the signal wire that sends the signal from the from the power supply to the laptop saying I'm a Dell power supply, you can charge the battery. If it's not a Dell power supply, it's not going to charge the battery. Alright, like that. Like that. Now I do have a wire stripper. Only problem is that those wires are so thin that when I use the wire stripper on those wiring, I lose a lot more a lot more wire gets stripped than I need to. So that's what I have to do. All right. Now, if anybody's seen wire strippers for tiny wires, please let me know in the comments below, but honestly, I never seen any. All right, so next wire. All right, and the last wire right here, the red one, like that, like that, and like that, like that. So the way how it's gonna be soldered is as follows. Let's see. Here's the diagram. So the black gonna be towards that side, the red, and not the white but the brown one. So let me go get the jack. Alright, so I got a brand new jack right here, and that's the diagram for you. Right here. So the black wire gonna go to the side, the white wire gonna be on the bottom, and on the left there's gonna be a red wire. Alright, let's switch to the soldering chamber. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some flux, and using flux. Alright, so the black is right there. Okay, so the red is right there, the black is right there. So let's try and do the red ones first. Where's the flux? Here's the flux. Alright, so that's how it looks like. Looks good to me. Looks extremely good to me. Alright. So what I want to do now is I want to test to make sure, shut down the exhaust. So here we're gonna connect it to a voltmeter and see if we got any. Okay, so we got voltage and nothing is shorting. Let's see, and the plus is fine. See if it shorts with anything else. The plus doesn't short with anything else. So let's see if the second plus is fine as well. And the second plus is fine. And the data signal is also fine. All right, good job. Now those are much tinier wires, so they should be a lot more easier to guide around this perimeter. So let's see, let's plug this whole thing back in right here, right there. Black side should be on the top, black dot, and we tighten it like that. Okay, so let's make sure that this wire isn't gonna cause any problem to us. Before I'm gonna screw everything else, I just wanna make sure I can get it in place properly. All right, so here, like that, and let's see. All right, so the reason I put the wiring to the side so that it wouldn't be jammed down by this. So let's get a little bit more leverage from that. Shove something right here, right there, and right there. Wonderful. All right, good job. Like that, and like that. Alright, so let me show you how the wiring runs now. The thinner, this side is pushed all the way to the side. I mean, I soldered them so the wiring would be looking that way, this way towards the board. That way, when we put this metal bracket right here on top of it, it's not going to be brushing against the rear of the wires. This is laying perfectly flat right here. And it goes right there under this thing, so this whole thing not going to be jammed down by the top. It's not going to be pinched down in any way, shape or form. So let's add a screw right there. Alright, so the screw is in. And I don't want to close it down yet because I have a magic trick I need to show you in a few minutes. Alright, so let me get this thing done with. Alright, so right there, right there, right there. Alright, it was down here, and this thing goes right there, and two screws go on top. One goes right there. Another one. No, wrong one. Hold on. This one we're gonna put in, and we're gonna shove this guy in there. And now, alright, so the black wire is toward the black arrow, and the white is towards the white. Okay, good job. Alright, here you need to make sure that this wire is all the way in and not sticking out in any way, because you see how right here you already can see the damage to this wire. This is the power cable. Alright, so what you want to do is you want to take down the power cable, because when you shove in the CD-ROM drive, this power cable is gonna get in the way. Alright, so to prevent any damage to the power cable, just make sure it's like that. Alright, so the secret ingredient is, make sure that the secret ingredient is hot glue. Let me show you how I'm gonna flood this thing with hot glue, so that it will never move inwards, it will never move to the sides, to the left, to the right. And because somebody screwed around with the laptop before, I want to make sure that everything's nice and tight. Even if I didn't work on this before. Alright. And here, I want to make sure that this cable is here. That cable is right there, this cable is here. And like that. Like that, okay. Good job, good job. So again, I need to show you how things are gonna be done. Alright. And the way I wanted to get it done, so that all this metal right here, it's no good. I mean, this is just not the way how a good system is supposed to be designed. But anyways, yeah. This cable has to go right there. Alrighty guys, so if the video was useful, please leave a like, subscribe if you want, and yeah, like that. Alrighty. Now this is the aftermarket power supply, not a Dell power supply. I'm not sure if it's going to charge the battery, but it should power up at least the laptop. So I plug in the plug. Everything is nice and tight. There is no light on the, oh no, there is light on the front, wow. Light on the front right here. Let's power up. Alright, so we got the Dell screen. Here we go into the battery information. And it shows that this universal power supply, aftermarket power supply, can recognize the AC adapter, which is 90 watts. Health is excellent of the battery and charging. We are in the BIOS. In the battery information setting, we need to press F2 button when you're powering up to gain access to this information. So to me, everything looks good. Touchpad works, keyboard should work. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching. We are at powerjackrepair.org. Stop by, we'll send the laptop to us and leave a like. Thanks.